Now we're going to Spain and Pinedes with the cutest little bottle, although it actually is still 750. It's not a small bottle, of Sumoi La Rosa. So we're in Pinedes with this one, again, like adjacent to Barcelona. And we're seeing the grapes that you would normally see out there, which is Sumoll, which is the red grape, Parellada, and Xarel-lo. So technically it's a co-ferment or a mixture of red and white grapes. And it's really honestly pretty rare to see a rosé out of this region, especially one that is this light in color, because they're normally really focused on cava or just like generally a red or a white wine. So this is really a fun example of what can be done with the grapes that they're using out there for that. Although I will caveat, they will sometimes make light rosés, but normally you'll see it in like cava format, where it's like a light rosé cava. But yeah, obviously this is like the really light extraction, more Provençal style rosé. So on the nose, I would honestly say at the top, like, I think that doing these videos has made me get a little bit better at naming my flowers, because I would say that I'm certainly getting floral notes here, and I feel like it's like roses, but like very light ones, or maybe like peonies or something that's like kind of pungent, but still feels light. And then on the sides, it's like in the bottom, it gets deeper there with like, I would say like lighter cherry notes, which is not a surprise. But what I'm not getting, I think that's the bigger surprise, is like normally on light rosés, I expect to see things like strawberries and watermelon, and that's definitely not where this rosé is going, at least not for me. For me, it's still staying in like what I would expect from like maybe Sumoll. I would definitely say the red grape is overpowering the white grapes in this scenario. And yeah, it's more like cherries and maybe like a really fresh and ripe raspberry. And let's try it. Easy peasy drinking. So when I call Provençal rosé like French water, I would call this one like Spanish water. I've said the same thing about Italian ones sometimes. Obviously, it's not like it has flavor to it. It's not just like completely lacking of flavor, but it's just so easy to drink. And it's one that absolutely needs nothing. Like it can just be by itself, and it's delicious and refreshing and great to have on a really hot day in a bucket of ice next to your pool. Highly recommend that. But sorry, let's actually just talk about what it does taste like, since it doesn't actually taste like water. So surprisingly, like the florals actually stick with me. Like I don't think normally, it goes right into it and it's like, here's the fruit, but here I'm actually seeing more of like the floral characteristic, and then like the acids, not like, I mean, like it's definitely there. It's perfectly balanced, I would say, but perfectly balanced in a way that's like just the easiest of drinking. I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's set up in such a way that like you could just pound this and it doesn't need anything with it. So that means it's like got the perfect balance basically as a wine. So yeah, like there's definitely some of like those fruit notes there, but for the most part, it's just like yummy Spanish water is how I would describe it. So put it with anything that's light, sandwiches, chips, stuff that you would eat next to, basically nothing that's going to melt. Because if you're outside drinking it when you're getting hot and getting your suntan on, put it with that stuff. So, and enjoy, I would say now, like obviously it could probably, like rosés, they could age a little bit most of the time, but for the most part, you want to drink them as early as you can. And this one's delicious, and it's the summer right now, at least at time of filming. So pick this one first. Drink this one first. Have fun.